There we go. Nice. Hold. Ah, jeez. Hey, and we're live over on YouTube. Nice. Isn't that swell? Okay. We're gonna be jumping on into grounded here. And we're gonna be jumping back into Yard D's nuts. All right. The plan for today.
Don't even need to boil it.
We've got a couple of things on the go. But the plan for today is we're gonna clean up a little bit of what we've left behind inside the pond here. Now that we have both... Oh, hold on. We don't have both of anything. We only have the bone trident. Okay, so we're gonna build the bone dagger. Listen, I know this is a lot of information, but we're gonna build ourselves a bone dagger, and we're gonna go back through the pond, and we're gonna grab whatever we've kind of left behind. Any loose things here and there. I guess we should get over the dev talk. No, it's okay. Enjoy your dev talk. It's really nice. It's really nice that you guys have a space to talk about it. I can relate on a very outsized perspective of, you know, like I've done entrepreneurship in the past, and I've done content creation in the past, where I'm just like way more broke than is needed. And there is a difficulty selling in that capacity. So I can relate in that way for sure. And I've done business development over the years. So I really enjoy doing like the talking of that kind of stuff. So I really don't mind that sort of conversation happening in chat. I really don't mind it. So feel free to have that kind of conversation over there. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not so technical. I'm a little bit of a himbo. I'm a bit of an idiot, you know what I mean? Nice, we're making a shiv. Exactly. We've gone from talking about neural networks and how to market those to investors to making a shiv for our underwater exploits. And that's, you know, that in essence is a lot of what... Why is he kind of gliding like that? You know what I mean? That in essence is a lot of what we do over here at Brody the Ginger Enterprises. And I just want to thank you all so much for being a part of it. All right, really quickly. We don't really need that there. Nice. Okay. Handbow is needed. So true. So true. You know what? I'm gonna eat this nectar really quick. Oh, chunks. I've got chunks. Incredible. My life is complete. I've got chunks. Okay. I think we should probably have everything that we need to make the little blade that we need. One of the things that I want to do today is I just want to clean up the pond a little bit. Just make sure that we get everything that we can out of there for right now. There are some things that we're not going to be able to get into just yet. But hopefully over the next little bit, we'll be able to get in there and actually finish off that area. And just make sure that we've kind of got all that we need. So what I need for now is a bone dagger, of course. We need... No! Oh, no! Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We'll get that. So, in case you weren't able to follow that very hasty moment of pure non-ecstasy, we're gonna need to grab some spider parts here really quick. Hold on 1 second. Got a text from
My girlfriend. Thank you so much. Just hold on a moment for me. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for holding on. Oh shit!
I gotta figure out how to walk. Son of a bitch. Okay. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go and take out a couple of diving bell spiders. We should probably be able to take out a couple of them. I'd like to get a few extra parts if possible. And then we'll create our dagger. We'll head back. Huh. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll just kind of come back and forth. I think we're gonna want to create some extra bandages and stuff like that anyway. So I think it'll be okay. I was just trying to figure out what's gonna be the most efficient way to do this, but I think the most efficient way is gonna be just letting ourselves go and come back. I think ultimately that's gonna do it for today. Not worry so much about hyper optimization. One thing that I would also like to get is a tier 2 hammer. We're kind of in desperate need for a better hammer than what we've got. And the reason that we're in need for another hammer is well, there's just more things that we want to do. And one of those things that I want to do is I want to start hunting down and cleaning up some of these molars that we've got around the yard. There's been so many of them that we've already had to pass up just because we don't have the equipment to take care of them. And I think what I would like to do is rectify that. And I would like to make sure that we're able to actually just start taking advantage of what we have around us. And that'll make us that much better at the game. It'll better prepare us anyways, that's for sure. Now, normally it's not too difficult to find these spiders. I hear one. I don't see him. There he is. Kill this guy. Chase him down. Man, he is quick. Damn, boy. Why are you running? Hold on. We'll resurface here really quick. Get our air back. Go back in. Where did he go? There's one. Hopefully we don't run into too many of them now. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Not doing great. I'll be honest. This is going about as poorly as it could have. Although we're getting better at our blocks. We've got 2 of them to deal with. That's not ideal. Okay. So what have we learned? What are our learnings for this? Okay, first of all, I'm not as good at blocking as I had anticipated me being. Second learning, taking on 2 at once. I didn't think we were gonna do hot at it. But now I know we're not gonna do hot at it. So we're gonna have to make sure that we don't do that again. All right. Hold on. Okay. Let's go to this guy. He's kind of cordoned off on his own. We'll take him on. And we can't mess up. We can't mess up on those easy hits. Okay. Okay. You know what? And this is going so swimmingly. You know, everything is just going totally fine. I think we can maybe take on another one. I think what we'll do is we'll eat, regain some of our health there, and we'll take on this guy. I think we should be able to do it. I was just gonna say I think we can do the blocking a little bit better. There we go. We got the parry. Ooh. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure why he died. I didn't think that parries made the bugs take a little bit of damage, but they may do. So that's useful information for me. And honestly, that is good enough for me for right now. I know my limits, and we're not going to test them. So we've gotten what we needed. We're going to head back home really, really quickly. Take a sip, grab a little bite to eat for the walk home. Now, what we're gonna focus on is we're gonna build that blade for ourselves. And there's a few areas in the pond that blade is gonna be very beneficial for. I think something that we're gonna want to do is make some slightly better armor for ourselves. That might be a little bit challenging. I'm thinking the ideal version of what our armor is going to look like would be some ladybug armor.
Don't even need to boil it.
I don't think we have everything that we need to make ladybug armor. I think we do have the ladybug parts, which is good, but I don't think we have everything else that we need for that. So that's a little challenging. But I think that was a soldier ant.
Soldier ant spotted.
Yeah, it is. But we should have enough that we can kind of get things started. So one of the things that we're gonna need is we're going to need some berry leather. Now, the easiest way to do that is you can just craft it. It's a really poor conversion rate, but you can just craft it. The other way that we can do it is that we can interesting. The other way that we can do it is that we can look at creating a leather rack, a jerky rack, essentially. And we can make sure that we have some constant berry leather production at all times. That's like the efficient way to do it. That is the way where it is 1-to-1 conversion. Whereas if we do it the way that I'm regularly talking about, like just converting the berry chunks, it's gonna take 3-to-1, which is really inefficient. And at this point in the game, it might be okay, but it sucks for sure. Let's see what we need. Ladybug chestplate. Yeah, this is the only thing that we are missing. And we only have enough to craft 3 this way. Now, if we did it with the leather rack, we actually have enough to do it. And we have the parts to do this. Okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. Let's get this rolling. I'll probably eventually want to give this its own platform, but for the time being, we'll just set this out here. And nice. I don't know what we can do with the oh, we can dry out grass chunks. That makes sense. I don't know why you would ever want to do it, but it makes sense. I mean, like if you're not in an area where there's dry grass chunks, I suppose, sure. But I think for the time being, this will be what matters for us. Okay. So we'll wait for that to dry. What do we have to do in the meantime? I mean, I suppose we could upgrade our axe. We could repair our chest plate, but we're kind of trying to replace it anyways. What are some things that we could do here? Maybe we'll actually upgrade our trident, our bone trident. This is a really, really beneficial weapon. And I think it's going to be one of our most useful weapons for a long time. Sure, we parried, but did we parry the platypus? You know, I was thinking that as I was as I was going through it. I was thinking of parry the platypus. All right. I don't think we need this brittle quartzite charts for anything else. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. But we'll upgrade this a little bit. Nice. Okay. Now we're at the point where we can add globs to this son of a bitch. You might be thinking to yourself, what's a glob? Okay, so a glob. let me break it down for you. A glob is just an ingot that will give us a special elemental effect, essentially. So we can make salty ones, we can make fresh ones, we can make all sorts of ones. And how you make them, this is kind of actually easy to illustrate, is you break down these big chunks, like these fresh mints, and this will give you little chunks of mint. And you put those in an oven, and from there, you use those to infuse your weapons with different effects. That's awesome. The problem is, we need we're gonna need a tier 2 hammer to craft that stuff. So, not great, not incredible, but not necessarily a massive problem either. The thing that we are going to need to be able to do that, and this is the hard part, we're already working on our berry leather, which is awesome. The problem is we need stink bug parts. Ideally, we don't have to fight too many stink bugs because the stink bugs are fucking strong, brother. But what we could do is if we can get our hands on like at least one stink bug part, we can duplicate it in the Oak Lab. So there's a super duper in there, a super de-duper that will duplicate our things, and it just costs us raw science. So that'll be easy enough to get, and we'll be able to work on that, which will be really nice. We're just gonna need a couple of things in the process. So I think we've scanned, hold on, let's go into data. I think we've scanned a stink bug. I'd be surprised if we haven't. There he is. His weaknesses are stabbing and fresh. I think this is a stabbing weapon, is it not? It is a stabbing weapon. So theoretically, we should be, we should be at our best to fight this guy if we can get some additional ladybug armor. What I might need to do, actually, I think I'll have enough for all of that. We're gonna have to fight some ladybugs to make sure that we have enough ladybug parts. But for the chest plate will be good. And for this will be good as well. We're just gonna have enough berry leather, which is really nice. In the meantime, I can go fight some of the... I can go fight some ladybugs
A little safer now.
in this armor. I'll repair it really quickly. So we have our best opportunity. And we're gonna go at him with this. And you know what? This is a rotten weapon. So we're actually gonna grab this. We don't have any trinkets on, I don't think. This rotten berry charm gives us rotten deluge. I don't really know what that means, but attacks me with rotten weapons have a chance to release a wave of rot. It sounds like I'm just gonna be farting on people. So we're gonna deal with that. We're also gonna change our Javelineer mutation from that to... Oh, I don't have one for bashing yet, so I guess we'll keep it on. Actually, we'll do Parry Master. That'll be decent. That'll be helpful. All right, and now we search for...
Clean.
Hold on. We'll search for some ladybugs. Really quickly, I'm just gonna craft some bandages because we've seen that our fighting is not really up to snuff. So we're probably gonna need these. But this should set us up really quite nicely. What we can do is we can go in here and we can use this to look for ladybug parts. We can see that there's one right here and there's one right here. So there's one north of us. There he is. Oh God, you love the surveyor, dude. It's so good. It's so useful. Okay. Boom. Oh no. I missed. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, we got to get better with our timing. There it is. I think the big problem for me is I've been panicking. Let's take a second to heal. Yep. I've been panicking. Yo, Blue, what up, dude? How you doing? Welcome on in. Hope your day is going well. Hope the move went well, Blue. Tell us all about it. Hope the move went real well. All right, now the nice thing about this ladybug is it's probably still going to be a little damaged. Nope. Okay. Fuck me, I guess. Fuck me, I guess. Oh my God, what a hit. Okay. Let's take things a little seriously. Okay, I think we can take this one. Okay, got back off. Oh, okay. There we go. God damn, dude. God damn, dude. That was crazy. Doing this by yourself sucks. Trying to fight down a ladybug, you know, you think, you know, when you hear it out loud, it sounds so simple. It sounds so easy, but in practice, you know, these things are ferocious. These things are gigantic beasts that that roam the fjords. And you know, I'm just out here trying to do my best. Trying to do my best to snuff them out. Anyone know what's the Geneva's Convention against weaponized farts? Well, if there's a problem with it, then I'm in danger. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in danger. I've been weaponizing my farts for years. Ain't nobody named Geneva been telling me
Don't
not.
even need to boil it.
So I think we're good. I think we're all right.
The nose, a nose.
I think we're okay. I did see a mark down this way for another ladybug. I just can't place where he's at. I don't want to roam too far. Oh, there we go. There you are. But there's a bunch of mites down this way, so we'll have to see how this goes. I think what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna preemptively heal up a little bit. And we're gonna get into this fight. Oh, he healed. Honestly, oh god, damn, dude, I'm too close. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it, okay? Which, listen, it's fine. It's totally okay. I'm gonna get back there. I've learned my lesson. God damn it, dude. I'm so used to playing on my other save. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not an excuse, but it is very much I am used to not being this squishy. So I'm used to being able to play a little bit more fast and loose. That is a challenge for me. Oh my gosh, dude. Don't want to fuck this up. There we go. What the fuck was that sound? Oh, that's a stink bug, baby. Stink bug, baby. All right, there's a stink bug around here somewhere. I would love to knock him out, you know what I mean? I think the only way we stand a chance at doing that is with our bow and arrow, though. As we can see, my my hand-to-hand combat skills are lacking sorely. And I think the best route for us, try to take on these big, heavy enemies, is going to be using the landscape to our advantage. So where is that guy? Where is that big motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I think he's back that way somewhere, but maybe we'll come back in the daytime when we're not actually just struggling to see. Okay. Oh, there seems to be raw science below us. I was wondering where it was. Couldn't quite place it. We'll go grab that in a minute here. And hopefully, by the time we sleep and come back, our leather will be done as well. That should be the case. Okay. Okay. I want to go grab some water. Please, 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 let me get to the water, please. Oh, God.
Clean.
Okay. Everything's okay. We're doing totally fine.
A little chewy, but not bad.
Okay. So we've gotten enough of our ladybug parts. That's fantastic. Incredible. You love to see it. We've got berry leather. This is a new ingredient for us, so we're gonna have to scan that. We're gonna take this. Oh my god, please. We'll get more of our berry leather going here. We'll also grab this. We're always going to be in need of web fibers, and I promise you we're going to really need them in a little bit, so we'll keep those moving. Did you ever play Satisfactory? I did play it one time. I played it with Jungle back in the day, and the problem with playing a game like Satisfactory with somebody as smart as Jungle is that you don't really learn anything. You just watch him be really incredible at it and feel quite bad about yourself. So I probably played 4 hours. I don't think I know a damn thing. I wouldn't mind going back to it at some point and trying it out again, but that was my experience with it. Okay, so we can build that now, which is great. That means we can actually go back and do some of the stuff that we wanted to do in the pond, which is really nice. Yo, Seiji, what's up? Jungle strong armed you? It's true. What is that? Film otter. Nice. That's a great emote. How are you doing, Seiji? Hope you're doing well, buddy. It's so fucking good. You have to try it again. You know what? I probably would really, really like it. So I will go back and I'll try it sometime. In the near future, I will. I promise it. For the time being, what we're gonna do, since we're still waiting on some of our berry leather, I'm just gonna gather a little bit of food here for us. Okay. We're gonna set our trap here as well. And if you don't know what our trap is, we built this little contraption here as a perfect little trap for weevils. They love the smell of mushrooms, and in fact, they love snacking on mushrooms. So something that you can reliably do in Grounded is you can actually place this little square. You can actually make one of these little squares that's half a step up and just fill it with some mushroom caps, and the weevils will come in here over time and they'll kind of swarm this area. It's a nice little replenishable way to farm some food. Really nice, easy game. Really nice, easy early game food hack. Heck. All right. Cook this food up. My graphics card and/or notebook screen is dying. Oh no! Oh, that's awful, dude. Literally the worst. My RAM was going the other week. It was so bad. And not the other week. It was I guess about a month ago now. It was before I was making content. And of course it went at that point when I wanted to get back into doing content creation. And I don't know if you've been taking a look at the price of RAM these days. It cost me a small fortune to replace. Let's just say that. It did. It cost me a small fortune to replace. So that was that. And that was okay, you know, it's fine. Every once in a while, you got to make an investment in yourself, and that's the way I did it. Would I want to do it again? No. Did I want to do it in the first place?
I feel a little less squishy
No.
now.
Will I do it again? I hope not. I know I will have to. And a part of me wants to die because of that realization. However, you know, there's also another part of me that's like, yeah. And that's about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That is about that. Which sucks. But you know what? That's what this shit's all about. You make money so you spend it. At least that's what I'm being told. Anyways. All right, what am I doing? Jesus, dude. I need to figure myself out. Sorry about this, guys. I've got it. 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 Okay. That's good. We've got our pinch whacker too, which is our kind of secret weapon, which is really nice. Other than that, let's see. Do we need anything here? What I could do is I could drop some of this stuff off. Oh, we can drop off this here. Okay. The only place that was, or that has a decent notebook with a decent price is Amazon, so I had to buy it. At least it's supposed to get here today. Oh, that's nice. So glad I got my 64 gigs in the split second before the mining shortages, the AI. That's crazy. Good on you. What I'm hoping for is the wave of super cheap
Water filtration tablets
tech
needed.
that comes from these AI data centers starting to replace their or at least run maintenance on their outdated tech.
It's nature's lollipop.
My idea is these data centers have so much of the supply of what is actually decent whatchamacallits of decent sorry, I'm so brain dead at the moment. Of decent like graphics cards and RAM and all of that shit. What I'm hoping for is in like 2 to 3 years, we start to see like a recycling of that. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I hope that it floods the consumer market with these like used but refurbished products that will be relatively affordable. The only problem is that when companies do this kind of stuff, and by companies I mean like when I'm looking at the AI data centers, they tend to sell in lots. So I anticipate them selling like 5,000 at a time. So what that means is there may be a reseller market that pops up, and these resellers are going to be the folks that can purchase these 5,000 piece lots, and then product size them down to like a single product per person. We'll see what it ends up looking like. I'm hoping it's not too bad, but that is at least what I anticipate. And I'm hoping that it'll really drive the price of things down quite a bit. I know it's not going to be perfect. That's for sure. I know it's not going to be perfect. But hopefully it's at least something. What we can do actually, I do have Mertine, so we can at least put that on and we'll have a little bit of a speed buff in the water. Ugh, come on. Ugh, come on. I hate the water so much, dude. The water in this game is so stupid. It actually like it aggravates me beyond. You know what I mean? It's like we don't need to make it so difficult to navigate. We don't need to make it so difficult to navigate. But anyways, we do. and somebody puts up with it, namely me. I'm the guy who puts up with it. I wouldn't hold my breath. We'll have to hope it'll trickle down. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's no other real way to look at it and have hope than to hope it trickles down in some capacity. You know what I mean? I think that's just like the natural economics of it. Not to give AI an out on this one, but I do hope that that is like the natural economics of something like this, is that there's just, by nature of all of this production, there is just a secondary market that is created. We'll see how it goes, but you know, anyway. Trickle down is the greatest economic scam. So true. I agree 100%. 100%. However, I also think it's probably the situation we're in. You know what I mean? Like, whether we want it or not, I think it is probably the situation we're in. Get out of my way, flea! Come on, man, let me up. Let me up. Don't make me do these little hops. Come on, it's embarrassing. God damn it, dude. How am I ever gonna escape? Okay. To think it's also expensive mainly because of AI. Like, the pieces are all there. It's so crazy, dude. It's so crazy. So crazy. And I think the worst part about it is that every industry has bought in so heavily into AI, right? Every industry is like banking on it, saving them tons of money. When the reality of the situation is so dark, in that it's actually not saving anybody money. It's, in fact, costing so many of these corporations so much money. I think we're gonna see like a major recorrection here in the next couple of years. And I can only hope that it creates enough waste. And this is such a horrifying statement. My only hope is that it creates enough waste that that there's no other choice but to give steep discounted rates on a lot of this tech for just the general consumer. That's like where I'm at with it. And I'm hoping that that is just the case. Hopefully we don't get seen. Okay, nice. I know there is an area around here, not too far, that a knife is needed. And there's also this. Perfect. We're gonna go down there in a minute, but I gotta check on some things really quick. I think the area that we need our knife is over here somewhere. Yeah, I think it's behind that log, actually. Let's equip the knife. I'm hoping the EU does something to force manufacturers to sell to private consumers somehow. Yeah, I agree. This whole like this whole artificial scarcity, because these companies are no longer selling to retail consumers, is fucking crazy, dude. Like, I don't understand how it can be legal, because you could essentially liken it to like a coordinated effort to make the market more expensive. It's a coordinated artificial scarcity tactic, essentially. And we have laws against that in most major countries. We have laws against that, and in like a lot of competition laws internationally, there are rules against that kind of stuff. So the fact that it's been happening at such a rampant pace, I'm hoping that at some point policy catches up to it, and we start to see some sort of regulatory game of catch up. It's very tough because obviously it's just a very dire situation for retail consumers. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. It's obviously a very dire situation for retail consumers. And hopefully we see some changes soon. Oh wow, this is really quite far up, isn't it? That sucks. But we really need intelligent and non-disconnected and non-bought out politicians on our side for this kind of stuff, which is I think obviously most of us understand is the difficult part of this equation, because there's so much money being thrown around in the form of lobbying for the AI industry. And a lot of that money is going into advertising, and it's going into marketing, and it's going into these campaigns that essentially make it just very easy for the general consumer to be disillusioned to what's happening. And having worked in marketing for such a long time, like I understand how genuinely effective that kind of stuff can be. Yo, Hayes, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Welcome on into the stream. We're cleaning up the pond a little bit. We're gathering all the additional things that we may have missed before. We've got our trusty tier 2 knife, so we're able to do quite a bit more than we were before. Not a tremendous amount, but it's enough. What I really need at the moment is some plant fibers so I can make a torch really quick. Please. Jeez. I'm gonna need, I think, probably a couple of these. Okay. Nice. Just gonna catch up on chat really quick. I should probably actually pause the game. There we go. I could be buying a high-end one for probably less than what I'm paying for a decent one. Oh, I know. It's crazy. It's like that just they don't want to sell them to us. I think people are going to start looking for companies specifically focusing on humans, which could start a trend that would hopefully start costing big companies real money. I agree, RN Dev. I think we're going to come into a period of time. I think we're on the crux of something so interesting. I think we're on the crux of like, and it feels kind of wild to say this, but I get kind of excited about it as well, because I think this could genuinely, okay, don't get me wrong, I think there's going to be a really big transitionary period. I think it's going to be quite difficult. I think there's going to be a lot of hardship that comes with this, right? And don't get me wrong, but I think there is a period coming up where we start to see the degradation of capitalism. because I think people are just gonna not accept it anymore. And in the States, there are some, I think in maybe it's Nebraska, I saw some legislation get changed that companies, that landowners are able to vote in municipal elections. It's crazy. That's absolute lunacy. And if that ever happened in Canada, people would be so fucking outraged. People would be in the street. We're not dumb enough to accept that shit. Not that anybody in Nebraska is an idiot, but like we are just not, we would not put up with that at all. There's not a single fucking chance. Absolutely zero chance of that happening. And that gives me hope. You know what I mean? I think the fact that not every country is acting the same way as the US gives me so much hope on this. And the US is already starting to make restrictions on AI, which is that's going to signal to a lot of the countries that at least want to be competitive with the US, or at least want to match pace with the US, that that they just can't keep going full bore. So that's at least, you know, it's at least something, and I'll accept that. The corporation is people stage. It's so crazy. If Brazil has taught me anything, you can have the best laws. Our constitution is great, but it means nothing if there are not enough safeguards to make sure that they are enforced. 100%, 100%. And like, we can't, I think we're coming up to a period of time where, and this is a scary period of time, where you just can't trust the politicians to have your best interest in mind. Like, that's just, you know, that's, it sucks to say, because, you know, we vote these people in, and we want to make sure that, you know, we want to make sure that our vote is valuable and is valued. But in the end of it, what it really comes down to is we have to hold these people so accountable. And I think a lot of the time we just genuinely don't do that. This is gonna be a really bad time, by the way. Whoa, God. Okay. So I think what we are going to try to do is avoid most of our conflict. Should do this. There is, oh God, where is it? There it is. Okay, we gotta get out. Just go, just go, just go. Just run. And that's how you get the mossy key. Oh, man. Sometimes this game is so funny. Okay. And we're gonna take this key way over here. You know what we're gonna do while we're here, actually? I want some of this. I want some of this. Give me some of that bone and some of that koi shell, brother. Like a fart in the wind. I don't remember what we were talking about. Yeah, it's such a, you know, it's such a drastic time that we're living in and that we're going through. I think we really need to keep our best interests in mind, and we have to hold people's foot to the flame. You know, we can't just let these politicians sell out our municipalities and our countries. We really have to hold people accountable, and I think what that's going to look like is, you know, making sure that when we elect somebody, it doesn't just stay at like, you're elected, okay, do your best. It's, you know, we have to follow up with them. We have to send them correspondence when they're doing something that goes against what we want them to do as their constituents. Like, we really have to exercise our democracy to the maximum, and we have to punish the people that don't act with their constituents' best interests at mind. Like, we genuinely have to do that. And it feels, you know, it feels so obvious, but at the same time, it's something that I think a lot of people, myself included, have really taken for granted. And I think we're just kind of coming into a period of time where we just have to, you know, be accountable for that, for letting it slide. Anyway, I don't know, dude. Some of us are gonna die, and that's the price Brody is willing to pay. Brody didn't say anything, all right? That's literally what fucking Palantir said. So I mean, let's look at the right people here, guys. And I do mean that is literally what Palantir said. It's fucked. They said it in an earnings call. It's crazy. These people are out here being lunatics. Nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. So what you're saying is you support Mitch McConnell for his 97th run. So true. I support the the oldest living Galapagos turtle. And his attempt to run for Congress one more time. You gotta admit, he looks like a fucking tortoise, dude. Whoa, we're killing them in one shot now? That's crazy. Is that because we upgraded this thing? It's just nuts, dude. I try not to think about most of it. And I think that's like, it's both the problem and it's like the solution. You know, obviously a lot of what's happening in the news and that kind of stuff is meant to fatigue us so drastically. And like, it's okay to feel like you need to look at that and like to actually act on that. You know, it's totally okay. I don't judge you for that. I can't do it myself, you know what I mean? And I don't judge people for not being able to do it. And I think constantly being focused on it is a disease in and of itself. So, you know, it's one of those things where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So just participate in it in a way that doesn't fucking drive you crazy. You know what I mean?
That should keep me safe. Safer.
Just participate in at least some way that doesn't drive you fucking crazy. And I think you're gonna be okay. You know, I think luckily with stuff like this, there's gonna be enough people that are just fucking angry that will have no choice but to fight against this and push back on this. And I think that's a saving grace in and of itself. But we also have to make sure that those people are protected within our society and have the ability to act on their rage in the proper channel. I think one thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be a lot of tribalism that takes place over the next little bit. And I think the important thing is to remember it's not us versus them in terms of right versus left or anything like that. What it is it's us versus the billionaire class. Fucking eat the rich, brother. Eat the fucking rich. Anyways. And all of a sudden my frames are crashing. This is very strange. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Happy to see you, Ricky. How can I help you today? Lord, hand it over and
right. Jeez. It's crazy how my frames dipped so bad there. That was weird. I don't like that. Hold on. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna have to use this machine, I think, for doing our for getting our stink bug parts. This is the machine that will duplicate parts for us. Let's see what the comparative cost is for this. So it's 500 for a ladybug head. I think we're probably going to be around the same range, maybe 600. Some billionaires are already calling for some measures to ensure that they don't get to the head rolling part of this equation. And I think, like, you know, with everything said, I think there is a silver lining of there are some billionaires who are not so disconnected from the world that that they have no fear of that happening. You know, I think there is at least a saving grace there. I think there is a problem with folks like Peter Thiel and his cohort, like the Elon Musks of the world, the PayPal mafia, as they're called. There's issues with folks like that, but I think the good thing about them is they tend to make such overt moves that they make themselves quite visible. And there's you know, there's a niceness in that. You know, there's a niceness in that. I won't go any further. Just keep Taylor Swift. She's allowed. Is she? I struggle with this because, like, I think the there's a temptation to give some billionaires an out. And I just genuinely don't believe that there's any good billionaires. And like, I think about this in terms of, like, I heard somebody ask about Rihanna one time because she's a billionaire. And I would say in a lot of regards, she is as close to a self-made billionaire as you could possibly get. Her and Taylor Swift included, I would suppose. And I think there's a problem there in terms of, like, the systems that you need to build and the scale at which you need to build to become a billionaire are so catastrophically wrong that I don't know if there is a single billionaire that should exist. I think it is a moral failing of our systems that billionaires can exist. Let me put it that way. It's not that there are any individual people that are doing individual things that do or do not deserve billionaire status. I think it is a systematic failing that we have any capacity to have billionaires at all. In a world where there are people that are homeless, and in a world where there are people that do not have enough money to make rent, and that have to choose between food and food and housing. I mean, like, the fact that there are any billionaires at all feels like a total moral and ethical failing. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Anyways, I don't know, dude. I'm just a fucking guy. I don't know much. Don't take me too serious. You hear that, Peter Thiel? Don't take me too serious. You fucking wiener. Okay, but what if the trade-off of keeping her is finally getting a new album? I can see it. I can see it. Listen, I'm not saying there's no unilateral terms, okay? Like, we can negotiate, okay? Swift did benefit from a lot of alt-right neo-Nazi fans in the start of her career and conveniently ignored it until it became a problem. Listen, I think there's a lot of... I think we're settling on Rihanna, I guess. Who knows? We'll circle back. We'll circle back when the decision is easier to make. You know? How does that sound? I think we'll take it. We'll table it for now. And you know, we'll re-up the discussion later. Hope things are going well, Blue. Hope the move went well. I'm assuming that you have internet at the new place and you're not just using mobile data. I hope that's the case. That makes life a lot easier and a lot funner. Okay. I think what we'll do is rather than create a full set of ladybug armor, we'll aim to get actually, I don't know if we can make this anyways. Son of a bitch, the one thing we need. That's horrible. Living the less easy, less fun life. Ugh. Brutal. Brutal. Oh no, brutal. Brutal, dude. That does suck. I'm sure it's coming soon-ish. Have we looked into what other providers we can get in the area? I'm sure we have, but was there any outcome of a potential other situation? I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Let's just do minis. There we go. Yo. What is this? Sleek? Increased healing is pretty good. I think we're gonna go bulky, baby. Yeah, we're gonna take the bulky path. Okay. Nice. Journeyman Smithy. Nice. Very nice. Let's put this shit away. Yeah. Maybe next week. Nice. That sounds good. Oh, goodness. You know what's crazy, folks? We've almost hit 1 million views over on TikTok since we started posting on the 3rd of this month. It's crazy. Things are moving quick, moving and shaking. It's feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Let's make some, hold on. Sorry. I think what I'll want to do is just start replacing some of these other bins. What's gonna be the best way to do this? Don't care about most of this stuff. We can organize it a little bit better anyways. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Okay. That's okay for now. Koi skill can go in there too. Sorry. I know it's boring. I know. Trust me. Trust me. I know, man. I'm trying my best for this to be okay. I struggle so much with the organization in this game. I think it's like one of the hardest parts of this game, is making sure things are organized in a like actually decent capacity. Okay. Bum. Bum. Okay. That should be okay. And I'm gonna move this one back here. And we'll have this one actually just be for web. That'll be nice. I find this game, except for when you get into like probably New Game Plus, I find this game so difficult to manage inventory. It's like the one big flaw that I find with it. But it does, luckily, the game does get a little bit better at that kind of stuff, which is nice. Okay, and this one, I want, I guess it's just nice to have an extra one. From Toronto or Montreal, what's the most cost-efficient way to get to PEI? That's a tremendous question. Most cost-efficient way to get to PEI.
Nature's lollipops.
It would probably be a flight from Montreal or Toronto to like Moncton or Halifax. And then from there, taking either like renting a car or taking public transit, like a maritime bus or something like that to PEI. That would probably be the most cost efficient way. It might be the simplest way to manage it. If you don't want to have a vehicle. Unfortunately, this is one of the tough things about PEI. Unfortunately, it is kind of a tough place to be without a vehicle. Very population dense, and if you want to just stick to Charlottetown, like you're kind of okay with public transport. But it is genuinely beneficial to have a vehicle. If you're planning on visiting PEI though, I can help you out with that part. We are really just waiting on berry leather. Gosh. Feels like we're just wasting so much time with this, but at the same time, I do know how beneficial it's going to be. I just wish we had something to do in the meantime while we waited for this berry leather to form. What else could we be doing right now?
Water filtration tablets.
Got our food cooking. Maybe something that we could do is going into... no, we need... Gosh. Maybe we try to hunt down one of those stink bugs now. See where we're at currently. See what kind of a hardship we're gonna have, because maybe we can't even do it in the way that I think we're gonna be able to manage it. So let's just attempt it and see how we do, and see where our plan runs into some issues. We've already got some decent armor in our torso armor. I'm gonna have to drive if I go there. Maybe. You can take public transport. I think 100% of the way here, and then once you're here, you can take the public transport here on the island. I think you should be okay. Yeah, I think you would be all right. Okay, so there is one idea that I'm also kind of thinking of. Maybe we recruit a ladybug. for this fight. I've seen the ladybugs fighting these guys, and they kind of kick their ass. Oh, here you are.
Taking a look.
Have we scanned these guys? I'm sure we have, but just to make sure. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna preemptively bandage, and we're gonna jump on in.
Try to hold your breath.
Okay, get out. Get out. Find an opportunity to heal up a little bit. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Let me through. Okay. 7.
Not bad.
Just fucking go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it, dude. Did we get the stink bug parts? I didn't fucking loot them at all. I didn't loot them at all. Although, you know what? We did a lot better than I thought we would. I thought that was gonna be way, way harder than it was. Is Morphine Love Dion dressed as Bug's Life ladybug? It could be. It could be the truth. This could be what's happening. All across the nation, this could be what's happening. Quick death, here we come. Okay, listen. Listen, I think we did pretty all right. You know, we are a little bit light on health. However, I think we did all right. And we're gonna go to the deduper machine and duplicate some of these bug parts. I know we have enough, but I would like to never have to do that again. Thank you so much. I would like to never have to do that again. That sucked. It sucked ass, actually, is what it did. It sucked fucking ass. Oh, dropping frames. We drop a ton of frames when we come in here, huh? Wow. That's no good. I always believed in you. So true, RN Dev. You know what? And and you're not lying to me at all.
What would Dr. Ticatelli do?
And thank you so much for that. Okay, we're gonna do this a couple of times, actually. We've got enough that I think we're just gonna do a bunch of it. And it doesn't look like the price is going up at all, so that's kind of nice. I think we're gonna go until we have 10 of them. I also want to do the stinker part. I'll just go until we have a couple of those, though. Not like 10 of them. Stink bug gas sack. Yeah, let's do a couple of these. Okay. Fires raw science limit increase. Okay. Nice. Okay. There should be a scanner in the other room. We can make sure that we scan these. Excuse me. That was gross. I really apologize for that. That was really gross. I burped right in your ear. I'm so sorry. Okay. Roby, I forgot. Are you also thalassophobic? Thalassophobic? What is that? Speaking of stinker parts. Got him. Ooh, we can make some gastro goo. Brother, I made some gastro goo earlier. Oh, no. Okay, all right. That's enough of that shit. Deep sea? In real life, no. I think in video games a little bit. There's like always a sense of I don't want to say dread with it in video games, but there's always a sense of like, ooh, what's around the corner down here? I think in real life I haven't been, well, that's not true. I've been in deep enough water that could be an issue. So far it has not affected me. So far it has not affected me. I've been out on boats and stuff like that, on like fishing boats and on ferry boats and stuff like that, and I genuinely have zero issue. So I would say probably not, and probably not enough that that I seem to be okay. Sorry, I wanted to close something just to make sure that maybe it was holding us back a little bit. Closing down a couple of these things. Oh, that's me. That's me.
Hey, Fid.
One thing that I've been trying to work on over the last little bit is how much I'm saying and 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 kind of like at least formulating my sentences all at once rather than in these very spaced out sort of ways that I've been doing. It's kind of working. I've been working on it a little bit, just trying to notice it a little bit more. I'm not perfect at it, as I literally have started the last couple of sentences with right there. But I'm trying to get better at it. One of the things that I've noticed as I've like gone over some of the footage after these casts is just how frequently I've been saying it. And it's one of those things, it might not seem like a very big thing when you're listening to it, and you might not even notice how often I say it. You probably do though. But it is one of those things that when you want to get better at communicating, and I do want to get better at communicating. I want to get better at being a good oral communicator. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I want to be a better orator. So I think a part of that is going to come down to actually like paying attention to when I am using language as a form of crutch. And I think that kind of stuff is like a crutch for communicative error. So I'm gonna try to get better at that. Long story short, I'm gonna try to get better at that. Okay. And shit. I did it again. Oops. I did it again. Let's grab this for the time being. I think we also are going to want to grab some more berries so we can make berry leather. And in the time in between, we've got this fantastic new insect hammer, which is fucking awesome, dude. Feels good, man. We can finally get rid of our shitty pebblet gear. That's fantastic. That feels really nice. I'm gonna be honest, that feels really nice, guys. Feels good. Feels good. It's your not yet diagnosed ADHD showing your brain going full tilt. So true. So true, dude. I've been trying to do the same recently. Nice. How lewd my innocence. Seiji, don't even start with me on that. Who do you take me for? A fool? That's okay, Seiji. That's okay. You're fine. You're safe here. You can be lewd. You don't have to be innocent. You can be lewd. Don't worry. All right. So now we can finally, hold on. I'm going to change the title of the stream from Pond Prep, because we're way past that now, baby. From Pond Prep to working on our fitness, and you guys are my witness. Ooh wee. Sorry. God damn it. We're gonna do molar hunting and fresh bit hunting. There we go. And I'm gonna change the name on our
Twitch, and then we're good to go. Then we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be good to go.
There we go. Cool. Cool. Fantastic. Have we slept? I think we've slept, right? Yep, we did. That we did.
Just close your eyes and imagine it's a fruit pounder.
Oh my god, I did it again. I'm so sorry. I'm so burpy. I'm so burpy. I'm so sorry.
Don't even need to boil it.
Wink. Okay. So obviously we know the first place we're going, right? Everybody knows this. I'm going to that one spot where I showed the... Oh, actually, we're going right here first. Never mind. I'm a fool. Trying the same thing, just that I also have to fight that come from English, not being my first language. Yeah, I would imagine that makes it quite a bit difficult, quite a bit more difficult, I should say. For me, it's just my mouth works at a different speed than my brain does, as we've kind of talked a little bit about. And the uhs and ums are me trying to make room for processing. And I think a lot of times I'm actually processing auditorily anyways. Like when I say something, I'm not necessarily thinking beforehand. And I know what you're thinking. That's insane. Because Brody, you're so and now it's gonna go out the window. You're so astute, and your words are so eloquent. How could you not be thinking of this beforehand? And I'll tell you right now, I just have a constant stream of thoughts that are taking place inside the brain, and I just pull shit from it. I just pull from the stream. I pan for gold. Most times I find shit and rust and like lead and mercury, and I poison myself a little bit. But sometimes I find the good stuff. Every once in a while, you pan out a little bit of gold. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I think what we're going to do is we are going to look to try to find... Oh, no. I'm going to get you, boy. You never should have showed your face around here, these parts. Oh, God, there's two. Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Oh, Jesus. 8. Oh! Oh, God, dude. I didn't see that guy coming. Okay, hide in here where the big guy can't get into us. You can come in, that's fine. You can come in. You're welcome. Okay. All right. We're fine. Everything's cool. Everything's chill. I'm so chilled out, boy. Now we will retreat Like a Frenchman. So true. I am hearing sounds out there that I do not want to hear. Okay. So we all are in agreement. That was horrible. I don't like it. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. The practical benefits for me getting better at the uhs and that kind of shit is that I don't have to do as much editing. Honestly, it's so brutal having to edit everything after just like a constant string of uhs. It's fucking brutal, dude. It's so brutal. It's like listening back to it also gives me psychological damage. It hurts, dude. Because I feel like an idiot when I listen back to myself and I'm just constantly hearing and that kind of shit. Like, it's brutal. It's really brutal. I don't know how you guys have been putting up with me. It's okay every once in a while. And I don't mean this as an insult to anybody else. I literally do not notice it when anybody else says It's just, I solely understand this to be a reflection of my own insecurities. Totally understand it to be that. I just don't understand how people listen to me. All right. Okay, I gotta get better at parrying, dude. That's something that we gotta work on. I would not be able to do it. Larvae are aware of my presence. Oh, that's not great. That is less than ideal, let me tell you. That is the raid system that tells you how likely larvas are, or anything in the yard, is to raid you. That's not an ideal message. It's not the kind of message you want to see anyways. It's like, you know, editing it down is not that bad. It does suck because it takes longer when you do the uhs and shit like that, and especially if you have like, the problem that I have with editing is less a matter of how many ums I'm cutting out, and it's much more a matter of like, my taste level is much higher than my skill level. That's difficult, and that's one of those things that's kind of difficult to come to terms with as well. Because like, I think for a lot of what I do, it feels like I should be able to accomplish it pretty easily. Or at least like what I want to do editing wise, I feel like I should be able to accomplish it pretty easily. But then when I actually get down to it, I'm like, oh shit, I actually, one, I either don't remember how to do this thing. Two, I don't remember how to do it efficiently or effectively. Or three, I just don't know how to do it at all. And I think that's the more difficult thing. The us is like honestly one of the easier things to correct, which sounds crazy because it is a very difficult thing to correct in your own human nature. Because I stutter a lot. Like, I'll repeat like the beginning of a sentence quite a bit. It's one of those things that like I don't really notice outside of the context of streaming, but I do it all the time. And sometimes I do it for what feels like emphasis. Sometimes I would like to be nice to myself and say it's emphasis. Sometimes it's just like, dude, I'm fucking, I can't think, brother. I ain't got no juice in brain. And sometimes that shit gets me into trouble. If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's that bad boy right there. I'm going for it. During COVID, we had a class in Zoom, and when I had to rewatch them, and every time I would hear myself ask something, I just had to fight an urge to punch myself in the face. It's like, it sucks. It sucks hearing yourself. It's one of those things that is quite difficult about content creation, because like, I think people assume that content creators don't deal with that, but they do. It's just generally at like different levels. So like for me, I've had to get pretty used to hearing myself talk. And at first I also hated it. Like it was not fun. Oh fuck. At first it was not fun, dude. I hated it. But eventually I've become more comfortable with my voice. It's again a challenge, but it's also a skill that you can build up over years. And luckily I've had enough years under my belt that it comes back pretty easily. It's one of those muscles that you can kind of rebuild rather quickly, which is nice. Oh god. Oh god. Oh goo. Oh eat god. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Content creation is such an interesting thing. It builds so many skills that I think in any other context, people genuinely would not have to confront as much, which is cool. I like that. I like that element of things. God. But it's a difficult thing, dude. It's a difficult thing to listen to yourself and not feel the urge to punch. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so this is nice. We're already making some decent progress in terms of finding these molars. I do want to grab as many of them as we can. I know it can. I know that nobody gives a shit. I know that nobody actually cares how fast we go through this game. I fully understand that. There is a part of me that craves progression in a way that I cannot describe in a healthy way, so I avoid. And there's a part of like streaming that craves that progression in an unhealthy way as well. Again, feels difficult to describe without sounding very unhealthy. That's another fun thing about this shit. There do be levels to it. And the fun thing about it is if you can master the levels, you can start having fun with it, and you can start having an adventure a little bit. Which is cool. I like that shit. Oh, son of a biscuit. Okay. We are going all the way back to the lab, the hedge lab. In there's going to be some additional things that we can slap with our hammer. We get up there. How do we get up there, do you think? I think we could do it. Okay, so that's probably not the way we do it, huh? Bro parkours like a pro? Listen, I play a lot of this game. My theory is there's something in the way we evolved that makes us uncomfortable about hearing our own voice. Yeah, maybe. I could see that. I don't know what it would be. Maybe like some skinwalker sort of shit. Otherwise, I don't know what it would be. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know, honestly. Ooh. Oh, that was a happy accident. Fright, you're damn right about that. It done did give me a fright. That's so true. That's so true. We're gonna go in here and there's gonna be a lot of the spiders are gonna have respawned. So let's really quickly take a reminder, a refresher course on what spiderlings. They're weak to spicy. Great. We don't have that. We don't have that, dude. Spicy. We don't have that, dude. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. And they're resistant to stabbing, so we're actually going to switch to our axe. Feels a little counterintuitive a little bit, but we'll make it work.
Spiderling, keep your eyes open. Yeah. Taking a look. New one for the bestiary.
I'm going to go non-verbal. I apologize in advance.
Antidote.
Oh, you know what we should be using? Hold on. If we're gonna survive this, hold on. Da 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 da. Okay, good. They can't open doors. These stupid motherfuckers. There we go.
Choke it down, Pete.
Choke it down, Pete. Come on, Pete. You can do it, Pete.
We need our pinch whacker. Obviously the most up-to-date in all spider killing technology. Oh yeah. Orb weaver spiders are annoyed by you. Well, that's no good. That is genuinely no good, actually. Ooh, there's another one! Die! Hopefully I can do enough damage over time. God damn it, dude. How many are there? Oh, okay. Oh, fuck it. Son of a bitch, dude. There's so many of them. They're so plentiful. You know, that must be all of them though, right? That fucking sucked. Dude, that sucked ass. Okay. On the bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. Do, 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 do. Always look on the bright side of life. Do, 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 do. Anyway. Well, you know what game we're not that fond of? These orb spiders ourselves. How about that? So true. So true. We are not that fond of these orb spiders ourselves. This is what I've been saying. The game doesn't listen to me though. And unfortunately, actually it does listen to me. It just gives me more of the shit that I say I hate. It's a little bit cruel that way, I think. Oh, hello. Hello, Berry Chunk. Missed you the first time around. Good thing I came back. Yes, yes. Of course. Of course. All right. Let us make our way up top. I see this tooth up top. I will get it. I would like to make something with all of the materials in here. I just don't know what or where. You know, there's no real good placement for it anywhere around. So I don't know what you could do with it. I'm sure you could make a base not far from here. And I've heard of like the cool thing about posting on TikTok and getting a lot of views on TikTok is not so much getting a lot of views on TikTok. It's actually like hearing from the community that we're developing over there on TikTok. That's been really fun. I actually anticipated TikTok to be a hellscape. Like I legitimately thought it would be super toxic, super shitty. I anticipated the worst. You know what I mean? And so far, they've genuinely surprised me. So far, the community is actually pretty decent over there. And that's been cool. That's been really nice, actually. Ooh, hello. What is this down here? Yes. I feel like. Anyways, I don't know where that raw science is supposed to be. I think it's down on the ground floor. I do know. Hold on. Hold the phone. I do know there's another one over here, though. That's true. I know that to be true. So I remember looking at it when I was using a very specific voice that Volusia said she enjoyed. And I remember when I was clipping one day, I didn't know in the moment what voice she was referring to. So when I was clipping videos one day, I went back and I looked, and it was right here. And you know what? That's the memory I have. It's not for like important things. It's for just random. It is almost predominantly for praise. That is certainly what I prioritize in my brain is praise. So just know, if you give me praise, I'm not gonna forget you. I'm gonna remember that shit till I die, probably. And I will be able to recall that on a moment's notice. Easily, might I add. Don't mind me, I'm just cultivating the audience I want. Oh, shit. Anyway. You gotta think there's something over here, right? You gotta think that maybe there's something over here. I think there's probably, yeah, there's such a fucking
Taking a look.
tooth over there, son of a bitch. Okay. And on that note, I think we drop down. I think we integrate back into the system down here. Okay. I think, hold on. I do think there's another one back in the hedge that we can get. That would actually be relatively easy. I think it'll just involve a little ingenuity. By a little ingenuity. Oh, you know what I should do also? Man, I am so ADHD, aren't I? It's not like a secret that I'm hiding from myself, but like every once in a while, I'm like, no, I'm not that bad. My brain's not that bad at keeping like a chronology of things. And then, you know, we have moments like this. It's funny. When Francesca was in here talking about building a neural network, I was like, you know what? Me too. Me too. I'm building a neural network to replace whatever the fuck I've got going on. I remember this one time, like 6 years ago, when GM Ben Feingold said, yeah, RN devs got it. When I finished the quote for a Family Guy reference he was making. But who's counting? Nice. That's the good shit. You know what I mean? That's the good shit. That's what keeps you going. There's nothing wrong with that. Ooh. Hello. Ooh. Might loaf. Delicious. My favorite. Oh my goodness. This is what I came back for. Okay. So we want to avoid the Sparkies. We're gonna head this way. I'm gonna drop down, use my dandelion tuff to make sure I don't take too much damage. I've only got one left, so I've got to use it sparingly. I was hoping to use it here, and I think that'll make sense. Oh God, there's another one over here. But I know there's 2 orb weavers. Oh, I just know it. Oh, I just know it, there's 2. I'm not sure where they are, but I know they're around here somewhere. I think they might be sleeping. I do see one, I think. Oh, there's one. Oh, he's so ugly. He's so ugly. Oh God, they want me gone. And on that note, I know how to take a hint. You know what I mean? You won't catch me being socially awkward. that's like not at all accurate. I'm gonna be honest. That's not at all accurate. Total bullshit. There's one right there. Okay, so the big problem that we have is that we're wearing this fucking acorn armor. And this acorn armor makes us a major threat. It's one of the big reasons why I want to switch from acorn armor to the ladybug armor. It's gonna be a big advancement for us. Redeemed an insult. With that big brain of yours, RN Dev, you would think you could find someone more intelligent to watch than myself. Why did I insult myself, dude? What the fuck? That's not how that's supposed to go. Hold on, wait. No. Oh, damn it. Oh, nuts. Whatever. You get away with it this time, okay? The trick they don't want you to know is you can't be socially awkward if you don't partake in society. So true. That's what I've been saying my whole life. That's what I've been saying my whole dang life, brother. Not actually. I actually require quite a bit of socialization. I have a very hard time if I don't have social time. It's actually really bad. A lot of people, they have a social battery that drains over time. It's much the opposite for me. And overtime, meaning like overtime during conversations and stuff like that. Very much the opposite for me. I get battery power from social time. It's a huge life buff, I'll be honest. A huge life buff. I do not take that for granted at all. However, if I don't get it, oh buddy, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I don't get my play dates, I'm so screwed. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's not what I wanted to do either.
A little chewy, but not bad.
Ooh, let's take a drink at the drank up here. So sorry. I know I said I'm sorry a bunch of times about that, but I'm still doing it, brother. No, I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay, it's fine. I've learned to live my life down here on the ground. It's fine. I've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts recently, and it's mostly because I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to, I mostly meant that in terms of like, I don't know what to do with my idle mind. But I thought it would be way funnier to say I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyways, so here we are. Oh, hello. Hello. I've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts and I've been coming across this one dude. He's a stand-up comedian. And I don't know what his name is. I should probably know it by now because I've seen probably 30 of his clips. This really just goes to reinforce how many times you need to be in front of people for them to actually pay attention to who you are. But I found his comedy is very, very, very my speed. And by that, I mean, like, me and him just, you know, we mesh real nicely. And, I'm gonna try to deliver some things in his stylings, I think. I think it'll do me well. Because I think we come from similar backgrounds. At least as similar as it can get from being like halfway across the continent. But you know what? Isn't that just how we're all interacting? Halfway across the continent, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I've also, okay, so this is, I don't know if anybody else deals with this. I'm so, like, this is one of the reasons why I think I am so autistic. I have, always a great clarifier, by the way. I've always had a special interest in being more charismatic and being able to relate to people. I think, you know, a part of that comes from feeling very, very much on my own as a kid and making sure, like, there's a part of me that like really wants to make sure that nobody else around me feels like they can't understand or like that they can't communicate or whatever. So in a part of it, like a part of it is like wanting to make sure that I am understood and that the people around me are understood. But anyways, That could be Atsuko. No, I love Atsuko. I know Atsuko's name. I love Atsuko. I think she's so funny. Yeah, she is so funny. Very, very, very funny individual. But like I have a special interest in this kind of stuff because I think it helps to make sure that the people around me feel heard and feel seen and that kind of stuff. Which is awesome. It has a great benefit that way. But secondarily, I get like really into optimizing my charisma. And that feels very cultish. That feels very cult leaderish. I won't lie.
Yes, we finally got it. Oh my god, incredible. This is the best day of my life.
It's a bit hyperbolic, but I think you get the idea. That's a pretty pog improvement for us. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pretty pog home improvement project. That is the most autistic thing I've heard. Okay. Okay. Listen, it's just, I want to make sure that the people around me feel understood, and I want to make sure that I am understood. And, it comes from a lot of misunderstandings, and it comes from a lot of being told to be quiet. When I was a kid, okay? I was like, listen. I shouldn't have said it. I'm feeling attacked immediately. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Okay, I think what we should prioritize doing is a couple of things. We should, one, see if we can make any of this armor. Fuck! We can. We'll craft some inefficiently, okay? We'll craft some inefficiently. We're not gonna do all of it, but we're gonna craft some inefficiently. We'll probably do that, maybe? What's gonna give us more? This or this? They're the same, god damn it. But we didn't need to, okay. Oh, we do actually need it for that, okay, that's fine. Cool. Cool.
Keep you safe.
Incredible.
Safer.
Either autistic or cult leader or both. Yeah, it could be both. We'll have to see. John Marco. I do like John Marco. I think I already borrow from his delivery on a lot of things quite often enough anyways. I think you would be hard pressed for me to find a single day where I haven't made a joke in the same stylings as John Marco. I think you would be hard pressed. I've also been I've been watching a content creator who goes by the burnt peanut, and he is totally the opposite. Like totally the opposite. Very brash, very I don't even know how you could really put it. I'm gonna sacrifice a lot of these early mint bits so we can get some spicy protection. In the next little bit, we're gonna be going to the Fallen Barbecue, and it's gonna be like massively beneficial for that. We should probably save this activity of chugging mints for about that time, but you know what? It's okay. Okay, we've got our mutation from eating mints. That feels appropriate. Oh. Let's put it in this one. This one feels like the least offensive one to put it in. Please. I have a very similar thing about being understood. I just take a more antisocial route. Yeah, I can't. Do you not think I would love to disengage from all social activity? Why do you think I disappear for years at a time? But there's something in me that doesn't allow me to do it, dude. There's something in me that does not allow me to do it. It sucks. I fucking hate it. But you know what? Here we are. Here we are. Throw the way my brain activated with an image of you when I heard Straggit. Oh no. And if you were into committing financial crimes, pyramid scheme. So true. I know I've told it a long time ago, but I'm gonna tell the story about how I was propositioned to be a part of a pyramid scheme. Oh my god, this crossbow rocks. Sorry. Yeah, so the year is many ago. I think the year is 2016-ish. Yeah, 2016. I'm still working at a grocery store, and I've put in my notice
Tablets needed.
because my plan is I want to go back to college. Awesome. Great endeavor. I wanted to invest in myself because I had worked there for 5 years and they gave me a pin. And I said, okay, fuck this. I'm leaving. You know, that just goes to show I've always valued myself quite highly. You know, just sometimes I'm not so eloquent with the words, but you know, sometimes you don't need to be. Anyways, I said, fuck this shit, I'm out. And in the process of that, I'm just telling people around, whatever. One guy comes up to me and he says, hey, I hear that that you're leaving. I said, yeah. He says, well, in my off time, I do this like leadership thing, and I think, you know, from everything that I hear, I think you'd be quite interested in it. And you know, I'm like, oh, you know, that sounds good. Me in the overachiever mindset, I'm like, you know what? It was beneficial for me to have band and have volunteer hours and all of this shit when I was in high school. Maybe I should think about doing some leadership stuff now as an adult. So let me do that. Anyways, so I say, sure. Give me some information. He says, okay, you know what? I'll set up a meeting with you sometime and we'll discuss it. I say, sure. That sounds awesome. Sets a meeting. Nothing immediately is obviously untoward. So far, it feels like a pretty normal interaction, and I've interacted with this guy for like literally 5 years. Never knew anything was wrong with him. Should have been clue number 1. Anyways, so some days pass, our meeting gets scheduled, and he wants to meet at Starbucks. Classic location for a meeting at the time. So I'm like, sure, whatever, we'll do that. I agree. The one with espresso. Yes, exactly, the one with espresso. So anyways, I get to Starbucks a little early, and I want to set up a little spot for myself. So anyways, I get there early, whatever, and and I get myself a drink. Now, listen, at the time, I'm not a cafe goer, all right? I am a little country boy who's been in the city for a grand total of like a couple of years at this point, and boy, let me tell you, I have not ventured outside of my comfort zone whatsoever at this point. Anyways, I get to the front of the line at Starbucks, and they're like, you know, what will you have? And at this point, I had heard espresso so many times in my life, never really knew what it was. Never really knew the difference between espresso and coffee. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get an espresso. I say, I'll take a shot of espresso. And the barista looks at me dead in the eyes and says, are you sure? Just a shot of espresso? And I'm like, you know what? Of course, I am sure. Not wanting to seem any further like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, of course I want an espresso. Of course I want this. I say, are you sure? Just a shot of espresso? I say, yeah, just give me it. So anyways, I wait.
Don't even need to boil it.
They take my name. I wait. And the barista comes back with a pretty decent sized cup. One for, say, a grande. And down at the bottom of it is the spit of a coffee. That is, and if you've ever had an espresso, you know is an espresso shot. And I say, fuck me. And it is hot as magma, and it is almost nothing. Anyways, so I take it to my seat, and I'm feeling a little stupid already, right? Feeling a little stupid. I'm in the big city. I'm at Starbucks. I'm in a cafe, and I'm saying, shit, dude. I don't know if I was built for this. And I'm trying to take a little sip on this hot as magma. Tastes like fucking ass, because I didn't really drink coffee at the time. I was a tea guy. And listen, nothing about this experience so far is going the way I thought it was going to go. And in walks in, I'm gonna call him James, and James's boss, I later find out. He tells me, you know, he introduces himself as, hey, I'm James. This is my boss. And I say, oh, your boss. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but all right. Sure, hi. You know, my name is Brody. Blah, 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 blah. Tell them a little bit about myself. And they proceed to talk to me about, for half an hour, about this structure of how you can make money and all of this. They don't ever mention a product. Ever, by the way. They just talk about the capacity to make money off of it. And they describe it as, you know, James is going to make money by bringing you in, and then you'll make money by converting other people. And we're essentially just mobilizing a sales force for this product. And they've never talked about the product. Not once has anybody said anything about a product. And I say, well, that sounds a little bit like a... And then before I can even say it, they say, it's not a pyramid scheme. This was clue number one, that it was a pyramid scheme. Clue number one. If anybody tells you they're not in a pyramid scheme, they're probably in a pyramid scheme. Clue number 2 came shortly after. He then took out a piece of paper and started to draw out the shape of this, and he called it a ladder. He said, okay, so I'm up at the top here, and from me extends several rungs. He listed out 5 rungs, and they create a ladder. Now, I don't know if you've followed mentally what I've just described, but one person that leads down into 5 other people, and those are your rungs, quote unquote. Let's go back to Basecamp for a second. If there are rungs that are let out from you, all of a sudden we've gone from creating a lateral plane to something that forms a little bit of a peak. And if you'll notice, it's in the shape of a triangle. Now hold on. This isn't where things get crazy. We continue conversing, and they tell me, you know what? There's a meeting coming up. It's coming up in May. We'd love you to be there. It's a little convention of sorts. We're gonna have a speaker. It's gonna be great. And what there is there's a little bit of learning material beforehand, but once you're there, you can ask as many questions as you want. It'll be great. There's some food. It's fun. It's a fun time. Everybody has a fun time there. So I'm like, sure, give me the materials. At this point, I am totally checked out. I could not give a shit what they have to sell me. I've understood fully at this point. This is not what I've signed up for, right? Obviously. And he gives me a VHS tape. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. And I wish I kept it, but I threw it out. I wish I kept it though, dude. I think it would be so funny to watch. And he gave me some reading material, and he asked me. No, it wasn't a VHS. It was a DVD. It was a DVD. And time came and passed. I didn't go to the meeting, obviously, for obvious reasons. And James reaches out to me, and he's like, "Hey, can I get that? If you're done with the reading material, can I get that back from you?" And I ghosted him for obvious reasons. Why is that doing that? And never talked to him ever again. He called me. I can't tell you how many times he called me, but over the course of the next 6 months, he called me several times looking for this reading material back. It was, I should probably put the game back on, huh? It was so fucking crazy, dude. Anyways, all that to say, don't trust leadership opportunities. Dude, it was fucking nuts. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. Ugh. And I was just a nubile young man, thinking that I was experiencing the world of connection making, maybe. Anyway, that's my story. How they tried to get me up in a pyramid scheme. Anyway, what can you say? I fucking got scammed. Him. Let's fucking go. Scammed him out of a full DVD. So true. And reading materials. This guy's an idiot, giving up something so valuable. What a fool. He probably never financially recovered from this. Not gonna lie, I fully remembered it being VHS tapes in this story. I think it must have been VHS tapes. It must have been, because it was outrageous. I think either would have been outrageous for the time, but I think it must have been a VHS tape. I think it must have been, because it was so ridiculous at the time. I think the only thing holding me back from making everything is rope. By the way, I've realized that I need crude rope with all of this, except for these. Oh, I can just make these. Okay. What a life, you know? What a life. And you know, what is life if you're not trying to get duped into a pyramid scheme? You know what I mean? Like, is life worth living at that point if you're not trying to get duped? Huh? Huh? I don't know, you know? Gonna have to convince me about that one, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. It's so silly. This life. It's so silly. Oh, I only need 3 of these? Damn, dude! The economy is great. The only time I will get to say that in a long time. God damn. God damn, dude. Okay. We can just move this a little bit closer and we can all of a sudden just use it. What we should really do, I suppose I could just do it right now really quick, is we should make a pallet for these. Oh god, we need more fucking rope, dude. We need so much rope. It's awful. How did you get in here, dude? How did you even get in here? Where'd that little dude go? All right, we will have to reinforce all of the walls, unfortunately. Because I do promise, if we get raided by a bunch of orb weavers, we're gonna have a really bad time. As is, it's gonna be really, really bad. So we're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to certainly work on that. Are you still going? God. Again, I do apologize for going nonverbal. You know, that's just me being Miley. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Figuring out my shit. Imagine not having ropes lying around. Dude, I know. It's a cruel life. All right. Weevil roast spoiled. No. Oh no. That's all right. That is totally fine. It's chill. Oops. Put them on the spit. You're really trying at that point. So true. So true. So true. God. Thank you. We finally done it. The worst part about this is we certainly do not have nearly enough. Nearly enough room for all of these planks. It's so bad. We're not gonna have even close to enough room. Which is, it's gonna be a little frustrating. We're gonna have such a mess. I hate having such a mess. I think we can only do a couple more. Oh, no, hold on. Hold on. Now we can only do a couple more, I'm sure. Yeah, that shit's full. Okay. Just keep that moving. Suffering from success. Yeah, I would agree. We are suffering from success. That's exactly how I would describe our situation. Suffering from success. 100%. 100%. Okay. Tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev. Okay. We're looking good. And now all of a sudden, we're out of weed stems. Okay. Okay. All right. It's fine. Everything's totally fine. We are gonna go take these. Yep. Chop this son bitch down. You know what I really should be doing is I should get my I should put my red ant armor on. That'll make the collection of these a lot easier. It'll honestly just make everything a lot easier. Building, you really need some red ant armor. Because what it does is it increases your amount that you can carry. God, it's hard to see at night. It increases the amount that you can carry and just generally makes the whole process a lot easier. Okay. Let's take you inside the house. Thank you so much. We could probably build maybe the rest of these with this. It'll be important not to overdo ourselves here. Not play our cards a little too far away from the chest, you know what I'm saying? Goodness. And I think once we get our perimeter worked out, we'll be in good shape. This feels a little too low, but I also feel like that's probably where we're at. Okay. Okay. Feels like bad placement here, but I guess we'll just have to build up a little bit more. Anyways. that is what it is. We're gonna sleep. Just fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? On the bright side for this week, I'm getting paid for my first voiceover gig, which is cool.
Filtration tablets needed.
Never thought that would be happening, but that's also pretty cool. A local dude reached out to me because I had done some voiceover work. Oh God, what the fuck? Oh. I had done some work on the brand that I was managing before. And I did some VO stuff for like a national project that we had. Not to brag, but I have a voiceover that is nationally televised, which is cool. That's fun. That was a really funny, that was a really nice moment for me. I really enjoyed that one. Especially because if you don't know, I've wanted to do between content creation and voiceover, like really my entire life. I never really knew if either would work. And now I'm in a place where I get to make momentum on both of those, which is really cool. It's one of those places that I never really thought I would find myself in my life, which is really nice. I got to do some radio work last year as well. Actually, I don't know if it was yeah, it was last year. It was the tail end of last year. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being in the radio studio, and I ended up just having a really nice in-depth conversation with the radio host about like the tools that they use and that kind of stuff. And he was so first of all, I did my piece in like one take, and he was very impressed with that. I said, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. But secondly, once we started talking about some of the gear and the equipment that they use, he was actually pretty impressed with the fact that I knew what I was talking about. And we just kind of started talking shop, and it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. I really enjoyed it, and it was one of those moments of getting to kind of speak with a peer in that capacity that I'd never really had before, at least in that industry respective, which was really cool. I think I could probably even like go back to him and be like, hey, listen, if you guys ever need anything, and I you know, thinking about it, I actually should do that. But anyways, all this is to say that it led to somebody reaching out to me earlier this year, and we worked on a project together, and it was a lot of fun. What can we put down here? Can I do this? Yeah. Nice. That's really cool. Do you get to have an IMDb now, or is that not how any of that works? I actually don't know. I don't think so. Mostly because it's it's not it's not like credited media, so it was all like commercial work and stuff like that. Telling me manage to reach the Brazilian market. So true. Seiji, it's so weird I interact with such a strangely large amount of Brazilians, and it's outside of the context of this stream as well. It's like it's such a far-reaching thing. I'm like a Brazilian magnet, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. It's like anybody who is Brazilian around me reaches out. It's like I've got that pull. I got that Brazilian pull. It's awesome. I love Brazilians. It's just it's become like a running joke at this point with me and Samara. It's always another Brazilian, dude. It's always another Brazilian. It's so funny. All right. You are internationally known content creator. I hope you're charging accordingly. Yeah. That is kind of fun to think about. And honestly, we're pulling in pretty decent numbers on TikTok. We can use that to our advantage. We can. Actually, we can use the amount of views that we're getting on TikTok and on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. It's been really interesting to think about because, like, obviously we're doing better than we've ever been doing at it, and it's by like a long shot. It's just like, I don't know. There's a part of it that's like really surreal. If I'm totally honest with you, it's really nice. It's been fucking awesome. And it's hard to talk about without like sounding like I'm bragging or being a little braggadocious or whatever. I don't know. Because there's a part of me that really does want to brag about it. Dude. I really want to brag about it to people. Because it's fucking awesome. It's really cool. Nice. All right, we fully upgraded our perimeter. We can probably upgrade these little half walls, but for the time being, not super necessary. Where are these mites coming from, dude? Oh, son of a bitch. Damn it. Damn it, man. All right. Yeah, it's weird. It's interesting, though. Same with the 40 users in my Chrome extension. You know what? That's pretty sick, dude. That's awesome. One of the goals that I do have for the next little bit, and I would love any feedback you folks would care to share with me. One of the things that I do have for the next little bit is a goal of bringing in 25, and this is going to sound outrageous. One of the goals that I have is to bring in about 25 concurrent viewers. And it's not because I care about viewership. It's mostly because I care about how much that helps with conversation. Because, like, I think one of the most tiring things about streaming is constantly trying to come up with conversation and constantly trying to come up with really interesting conversation. And everybody who comes in is always so helpful with lending a part of the conversation and offering some of themselves to the conversation, and it's awesome. It's always 100% appreciated. It is incredible, but it is equally difficult to then keep that up whenever there's not somebody talking, right? And with a goal like that, I hope it's not like, I hope nobody sees it as like, you know, I hope when I talk about this shit, nobody ever thinks like, what the fuck is this guy up? is this guy talking about? I'm sure some people do a little bit, and maybe I cross that line a little too much sometimes. But that is genuinely where I would like to go with it. I also think it would just be nice for like this to be a place where you guys can come and hang out and have conversations with each other quite reliably. You know what I mean? Like, I would, for me, a Twitch chat is like best when I can come into it and feel like I'm at home in a community. And I would love to be able to provide that for folks. And I think the best way to do that is to have an active and warm and welcoming community. And like I said, everybody already does it to such a great extent in here that it'll be a fantastic example for anybody new who comes in. But it is just a matter of like figuring out how I then make this place a more appealing place for other people to join in. You know what I mean? Even got some 5-star reviews from people who are not my friends. That's awesome, dude. Honestly, it seems insanely exhausting. It's all good. Streaming is exhausting in a way. And it does get easier as more people file in. It's kind of what the hopes are with YouTube right now of you know, we're creating some traction over there. It's not as much as I was hoping this kind of traffic would bring in. And again, this is not like, oh God, how do I say this without sounding like a jackass? You know what I mean? It's just very interesting what goes into it, and seeing firsthand how it translates and how it doesn't translate. Last Friday we had like the first couple of folks that came in from our videos, and it was really cool. It was a really awesome experience for me. There's a part of it that was very, very surreal. It was really cool. And that's like, on one hand, it's really nice. On the other hand, I'm like, okay, well, I've seen what we can do, and I've seen where it can go, and I've seen like the potential that it has. It'd be cool if we can replicate that. And that's really all it comes down to, is like, I've seen what it can be. And like in the past, the stream has been like, you know, we've had like 27 people in here on average. I was a man with a lot more vitality at that point. So hopefully my age won't hinder me too much on that part. I think it'd be really fun to strive to get back to that point. And hopefully you folks think it's also a fun thing too. Because I mean, like, as much as I love streaming and all that kind of stuff, it's like I really only love to do it because there's people like you guys that come and hang out with me. And you know, there's a, oh gosh, excuse me. There's a, you know, that's, I think, one of the big reasons why I want to have these discussions with everybody is because like it's not just my community here. Like, we all have a part in it, and we all kind of play a part in it. I just am the guy who hosts it. You know what I mean? I don't really look at myself as like the owner of it. It's just like, you know, I'm a part of it. And that's awesome. I think that's really fun. This is gonna be our storage over here, our plank storage. Spoken like a true retiree. So true, dude. So true. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I've been thinking a lot about, like what it is that I want to do with myself and what it is that I want to like do with the life that I have. And I think a lot of it comes down to I want to create a space where people feel comfortable and where people feel welcome and where people feel like they can come in, chat, and kind of forget a little bit about what's going on in the world. I know we discuss some things that are happening in the world, and I think I try my best to do it in a capacity that is like not overwhelming. I understand that, my capacity for overwhelm is different than other people's. So I'm not going to get it right 100% of the time, but the effort is there, and I hope that people feel like it's a good place for them to kind of be and to hang out and to come chat, chill. I think my ideal version of it, like I said, is just this with more people, so we feel more part of something. So we feel like there's more people here that that match our vibes. I think that's like kind of all I want. And to facilitate something like that, to make it make sense and to make it work, you kind of have to make money doing it. And that's, that is a shitty element of it. I don't enjoy that element, but I think as long as capitalism exists in its current structure, it's kind of something that I just have to deal with, you know what I mean? So I'll do it. I'll play the game, but I'll play it with my rules whenever I can, and I'll play it for the benefit of the people that I care about. Sage, you leaving? Oh, and with that parting shot, I must see to our car. Okay, later, Sagey. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. With all seriousness, though, I do feel like your stream is like a container for this cool community. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you see it that way as well. I do try to limit my chat spam so people are not as intimidated to join in. But I'm not very good at it, though, to be quite honest. No, it's awesome. It's awesome, RN Dev. As the streamer, I very much appreciate it. Like, very much appreciate it, honestly. I think we're gonna want another one of these. We just need rope. Okay. You know what? Things are coming along here. Feeling good. I think our next upgrade is going to be making a couple more of these. Honestly, it can't be that hard. Maybe we can make another one right now. Of fucking course we need rope, dude. What the fuck? What doesn't need rope? God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's
Don't even need to
cool.
boil it.
Fucking rope, dude. At least we'll be able to double our rope outputs. That'll be good. That will be good. I promise. Everybody's going to have such a great time when we double our rope outputs. They're going to say, wow, that was incredible. Yeah. That's like my goal with it. I get pretty sappy about this kind of stuff. But it's always just because, like, coming back to this community after so long, I think any content creator would say there's always a worry that when you leave for a while, there's not going to be a community to come back to. I don't really ever worry about that. And that feels really, really cool. I like never feel like I have to worry about that at all. And it's mostly because I feel like folks enjoy the community here, and I feel like people enjoy being a part of this community in a way. Excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? Hello?
Disturb the mice, no bite.
What the fuck, dude? Okay, what's going on here? Why are the mites so interested in my weed stems? What the fuck? This was not an issue before. God. Been here lurking the whole time. Just putting that out there. Listen, Blue, I appreciate you so much. You're one of the people that I look at in our community as I was actually thinking about this the other day too. I was thinking about how if we lived any closer, we would hang out all the time. And I would not let you not hang out with me. That is just the case. We would be chilling, dude. We would be hanging. And there's so many people in this community that I'm like, fuck, dude, if we just lived a little bit closer, we would hang. And and it's not everybody. Our end dev, not you. I'm just kidding, buddy. Of course it's you. But but the people in the community that I would hang out with, it's so like there's so many of us. Like Volusia, iPunch, Seiji, Italo. Like I chat with Italo all the goddamn time on Instagram. Me and him are constantly sending each other memes. Jungle, like, you know, I've genuinely got so much love for you folks. And if that's the kind of community that we can build, like, dude, I'm fucking so pumped for it. And like, yeah, I'll spend time doing it, and I'll take the effort to make it happen. And I gladly, 100% of the time. There is not a single doubt in my mind about that, honestly. It rocks. It's easily the best part of this. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's the majority of this. Which is awesome. It's so cool. I gotta build a fucking repair tool. And I think what I'm trying to get at is I just want to find a way to make this work. It eats rope. God damn it, dude. I can't do it anymore. Oh my God, dude. Son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Long story short, I do just like, I just want to find a way to make this work. And I think the vehicle for that is making content creation work as a whole on other platforms and on other ways, and using my experience as a brand manager to make sure it comes to fruition. It's been really you know, from a fully transparent perspective, it's one of those things that I'm wrestling with. And I think it's why I probably bring it up so much. It's one of the things that I wrestle with so much, because like in doing this, there's like a very real reality that I'm putting my professional career on hold, at least in the capacity that it has existed. You know what I mean? And I was making good money. I was making real good money. And if I was to get back into the game, I'd be looking at like probably 100K a year, which is fucking killer. Don't get me wrong. And trust me, I'd love to be making that money again, baby. It was good shit. But I think I'd rather do this. And you know, I don't want anybody to look at it as, you know, like I'm making a sacrifice, but I think I need to say out loud for myself, and I need to verbalize for myself that it is a bit of a sacrifice. But it's a sacrifice that I am more than willing to make, and I think it's one that is like well worth it. Because if it's the kind of thing that you know, this feels like, and that it's the opportunity to create a community for folks, and it's the opportunity to create like a space for us all to hang out and chill and be cool with another, and like learn from each other's perspectives. And we have some like such a fucking crazy cool array of perspectives in this community. And if it's a space for us all to get to showcase that and be present for each other, 100%, I'll do that every day of the week. And I think that's like, to me, it's like the biggest difference on why I think it'll work this time is that personally, there's way more at stake than there ever has been. There's way more of a reason for me to make this work. In the past, like, I think back to when I was streaming in like 2022, I had my own business, but it wasn't doing very well. And I was like, I didn't feel the need to make it work to the point where, you know, like I didn't have to worry about money anymore and that kind of stuff. Like there was never a moment where I felt like I wanted to win capitalism because of it. You know what I mean? But now it's so different. You know, I'm a little bit more mature. My friends are having kids. We want to buy a house. And I want to follow my dreams. And to make that work, I got to figure out how to make this work. And it's like, it's intimidating.
Nice and clean.
But at the same time, it's just building the same systems that I've been building for the past half decade. It's just doing it for myself. That's cool. I like that. I like that idea a lot. Scary. But I like it. I like a challenge. I've never really shied away from a challenge before. I don't think I'm gonna start anytime soon. Except for this fucking rope, dude. I can't get enough rope, dude. I don't know. And with 25 people, it could even become slightly sustainable. I agree. 25 people is like a really decent sized community. But for me, I don't really see us doing the whole money making thing from just Twitch. The other week, last week I should say, Blue asked me when we were playing Peak, what's the plan? You know, what am I doing? And at the time, I didn't really know how to answer Blue. Because you know, on one hand, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. And on the other hand, I was like, you know, I don't really know how to describe it. I've thought about it a lot over the last week. And I've thought about what this all means, what I'm trying to accomplish, and all that kind of stuff. And I think ultimately what it is here's the roadmap. All right. Okay. So we're building content on YouTube and on Twitch, right? Or YouTube and on TikTok right now. Content that is performing really well is from everything that I've seen, it's kind of time specific. And what I mean by that is right now, Grounded is doing quite well. It's doing quite well for a couple of different reasons. One reason being that it is free on the PSN store. So if you are a PlayStation user and you have PSN, download your free copy of Grounded today. And with that, this popularity for the game, it's not going to last forever. And this game is going to dip. And, you know, it's not something that I can bank on for like the remainder of my rise as a content creator. You know what I mean? So there has to be a plan after this. The plan is to continue to create content around games that are working. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. It's going to be a lot of finding what works. And honestly, it's going to be a tremendous amount of work. But I'm happy to do that. Quite happy to do that. The system that me and Blue developed back in 2022 works. It still works. It's awesome. Yo, Insomniac, welcome on in. How are you doing? We're just talking a little bit about content creation, surprisingly enough. Said nobody when they entered my chat. and making this shit work. But the strategies that we developed those years ago, they work. And it's just a matter of like taking the time to put in the effort and keep feeding them. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep feeding these systems and making sure that, you know, I'm taking care of myself mentally. I'm taking care of myself emotionally and physically. I've been working out, which has been really helpful at keeping my mental in check. Everything's just kind of, it feels like it's moving in the right direction. And where was I going with that? I've witnessed the golden path through various pro fighting gamers. Yeah. I'm like, Blue, when you asked, or when I asked if you were interested in doing any content creation, I was kind of surprised at your answer. And that's mostly because for the fighting games, like when I pop in with you and Anna, what you're doing with Anna, I see it so one-to-one for like what you could be doing on YouTube. And listen, I fully understand why people might not want to do that. I fully understand why people might not want to make content. But I see it as like, you're already kind of doing it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I shouldn't I shouldn't impose that. I'll stop talking about it. But I was very surprised that you didn't want to keep doing something like that. You know what I mean? And maybe it's not that you don't want to do it. Maybe it's just that, you know, you don't have time. That's a very real possibility. I'm in a very weird situation to have so much time on my hands. Probably not an ideal situation, if I'm honest. Shit, what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? I think we're mostly just waiting on rope. Actually, I'm kind of like I've gotten most of the things that I wanted to get done out of the way. I think what we will do is we'll make this like one taller all the way around. And by one taller, I don't mean like one full one taller. I think we'll make it like a quarter taller or half taller. That means we're gonna have to go grab some damn wheat stems. Whoop. Dun, 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 dun. Also, I don't know, you know, just in case anybody wants to play Grounded at some point. Did you know that you can actually move your pallets around like that? It's super easy. It makes collecting weed stems much simpler. Yeah, I've been putting in the time. I've been putting in the effort. One of the big things that I learned that is totally necessary, and one of the things that I do very frequently now is, you know, I look at what the top performing content in Grounded is looking at, and I put my own spin on it. Not from like I don't copy it or anything like that. And I think that's we talked about this before. That tends to be where people kind of go with that line of phrasing. But it's important to understand what formats are working and what kind of content presents well to the audience and what they're used to engaging with. I wrote about it a little bit in my Substack article that's coming out tomorrow. But for the most part, it's it is actually a decent amount in my Substack article. I'm really pumped for what the Substack could be. I don't know much about the platform, I'll be honest. Like I'll be dead honest about that. I have no idea how to grow on Substack or anything like that. I've seen that a lot of people have from the community have subscribed, which is really cool to see. I'm really excited to share this kind of stuff with you guys in there. Mostly because I kind of see it as like an extension of what me and Blue were doing way back in the day. I have to go for now. Just wanted to reemphasize how you really should play Satisfactory. Okay, I'll put that on the list. If you need a duo, I'm just saying. While I do have some hundreds of hours in it, I'm not a speed run ahead type of guy like some people. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, Alien Days. Of course. Thank you so much for hanging out. RN Dev, I really appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate you, bud. Goodness gracious. What a guy. All right. I think we've probably come to a point. Honestly, we probably came to a point a while ago where it's a natural progression to call it there for the day. Like I mentioned earlier, we've got quite a bit going on. So, in case you need a little bit of a recap, I'll provide it. We've got daily content going up over on YouTube and over on TikTok. Today we had the first time that we didn't have a scheduled post as of the morning of the post going live. We had one go up. I don't know if you've noticed it. It will have gone up live since we have been here. I don't. Speaking, man, I ran out of water, so I'm struggling. We're gonna slow down a little bit on the posts, mostly because I want to refine what we're doing. I've kind of figured out a little bit of a groove on what we're actually posting over there. So I think that's going to be nice. Hold on. That's actually so that's really nice. There we go. The Substack post, like I mentioned, is going to be out tomorrow. Let me bring up Substack really quick. Give y'all the link to it. So if you want to see that before the cast comes up tomorrow, head there, check it out, and hit the old subscribe button on there. It'll ask you if you want to pay. You don't have to pay. But I'm really excited about the Substack stuff because it's such a different capacity for me. It really lets me kind of engage my like teacher side of things, which is really awesome. It's one of the things that I've always wanted to incorporate into doing streaming in some capacity, but I've never really had a good way of doing it. But the Substack is a cool way of putting my thoughts into something that's digestible in a longer form capacity. And if it's something that people are interested in, and on a topic that people are interested in, awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Love it. I think my eventual plan for that is to turn it into content in and of itself. So like do some short form and long form videos around it. And I think if we struggle to find games to play that really work for the system that me and Blue have developed over the years, I think the next thing that I want to do is actually work on that. So I have a progression plan for when Grounded eventually dies. Because eventually, at some point, people are going to be interested enough in the second Grounded that they're going to switch from the first to the second. That's just going to make sense over the next little bit. And my computer is not strong enough to handle Grounded 2. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can get to. Who knows? Maybe by the time that people care more about Grounded 2, we'll be in a better position and we can buy some PC upgrades. Who knows? I'm not going to worry about it too much for the time being. But yeah, it's cool. We're making some progress, and over on TikTok, we've had almost 1 million views since June 3rd posting, which is so crazy to me. It's fucking wild. As of last night, we had 910,000 views. It was crazy since June 3rd. Crazy, dude. So we're making this progress. We're gonna get there, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I ain't fucking stopping until we do. So go check out all the other channels. Support the content if you'd like to. I'd very much greatly appreciate it. And in the meantime, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. I have a little bit more of a structure for tomorrow. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some of our old content because I found an SSD drive with all my old streaming resources on it and everything. So I found all of my old intermission videos and all of the clips from like the last part of when we were doing content creation. There's some real cringers in there, and there's some bangers. So it'll be a fun stream tomorrow. We'll watch some of those, and we'll have just a little watch party together. It'll be a lot of fun. So hang out for that if you want. Again, that is going to start at 11 a.m. EST. Yeah, I think that about covers most of it. I'll catch you later. Enjoy your afternoon, evening, or night. And thank you very much for hanging out with me. As always, I do very much appreciate it. All right. We've actually built an outro screen. So thanks for watching. Outside. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.